Hi folks, it's the 1st of September 2022. It's about 4 p.m. UK time. With no intention, seemingly by coincidence, I found myself today on the road, and at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock this morning I was driving away from London, and by 9 o'clock this morning I was in Avebury Stone Circle. We were the only ones there, it was empty. And Avebury Stone Circle is the biggest stone circle in the world. So I spent a ridiculous amount of money on crystals, but that's what I do. And yeah, it was lovely. Those stones, 30, 40 tons, 60 tons, some of them. And then after Avebury, we went down to Badbury Ring, which is the largest earthwork in Britain, basically. It's a triple henge. That means the land comes up, then there's a ditch, a mound, another ditch, another mound, another ditch, another mound, and then the hill with springs, plural, where the ancients used to live, and it was pretty unassailable. And after Badbury Ring, I came here. This is a little secret place. I'm not going to mention its name, but it's on the border of Hampshire and Dorset, and it's a henge. And by a henge, I mean it's a circle in the landscape with a ditch, and then a ditch, a mound, and a ditch, with a mound in the centre. And there used to be a stone circle here, but about 1,000 years ago the Christians knocked the stones down, destroyed them, used the residue to make the mortar to build a church, which is now ruined. And what you're seeing behind me is the church. Now if I step forward and move forward, you'll see that all the flint in this church is held together by mortar, which is made from the old stone circle. Now this church is old, like seriously old. Okay, now I've been today to bits on the landscape, to places on the landscape which are like really ancient. In many cases these have been 6, 7, 8,000 years old. They've been inhabited by my ancestors, and I kind of wanted to do this because I'm kind of connecting with my heritage, I'm connecting with my roots. I come from Celtic stock, and this is in the days before, or way before the Romans, before the Vikings. This is in the days only just after the land bridge linking Europe and Britain broke. And the survivors who were on Britain at that time, they had to deal with big bison and aurochs and wild animals. So they built these massive land features, and they learnt about ritual and celebration. And it wasn't just in terms of marking the land, it was in celebrating the landscape as well. So I'm going to reverse camera this now. No, I'm not. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you something else. On the edge of this bit of landscape there's a little groove, a little grotto in the trees. And there's a couple of old yew trees standing, male and female, right on the edge of the landscape. And you can see that people have dressed them. And these are really, really old yews. My best guess is they're at least 1,000 years old. And yew trees, nothing grows under yew trees. If you eat yew berries, you die, painfully. But yews always exist in churchyards. Look what people have done. They've left messages, totems, flowers, crystals. They've celebrated the landscape. They've celebrated the link of nature, of stone, of spirit, and of geometry. And looking back out onto the landscape, onto the church, what you can't see very clearly, but look all around the church, you can see that there's this circle of raised land, and the circle is set, the church is set to 75 degrees north of east, But on the Henge monument itself, there are two avenues, one at due east. So this is a solstice monument. You will see sunrise to due east from standing at the gap in the Henge. And the alignment of the church is about 15 degrees away from due east. Ancients knew their geometry, I'm telling you. They knew how to set out buildings and landscapes according to the horizon, according to the position of the rise and fall of the sunrise at a time of year, whether it be solstice or equinox or the cross quarter points. And they knew the relevance, almost the magic, of making landscape, horizon, sound, reverence and awe combine. And we seem to have lost that in this day and age. And I think it's really all of our responsibility to find that connection once again with landscape, with horizon, with sky, with land, with nature, to celebrate it as the people here in this little grotto have done. And to re-engage with nature, because at the end of the day, we all have intuition, but that's a human construct. Starts at the solar plexus and goes north. But we live in an animal body, and we've lost touch with the animal instinct. Starts at the navel and goes south. And when we reclaim that gut instinct, and when we sit on the earth and plunge our fingers into the earth, much like putting a plug into an electric socket, we regain a contact not only with the earth but with our past. We become more integrated, more wholesome, more complete. And if you want to go and play the latest video games and watch the latest movies and go and watch the football matches and drive your car at fast speeds, then fine, if that's what you want to do. But if you want to try and find a bit of magic in your personal life, find a place of sacredness, find a place of antiquity, push your fingers in the earth and open your soul and see what happens. Catch you later. Bye.